The worst my behavior got was I took a bag of white powder and I walked up to a guy whose shirt said security on it. And I went, hey. And he went, what? And I went, and then I ran away. And at that point, my friend Matt grabbed me. He's like, dude, you need to chill out. And what you should know is my friend Matt is a recovering heroin addict. This means that within a few hours, I went from being completely straight edge for a half decade to having a heroin addict tell me to chill. And I said to him, you're right. I'm out of control. I'll just use the bathroom and calm down. And that's when I went and ate half a gram of Molly by myself in a porta potty. There's a sentence I wish wasn't on the resume. Once ate half a gram of Molly by himself in a porta potty. All told, I stayed up for 36 hours doing Molly. I went on this really big bender. And in the middle of it, one of my friends turns to me and he goes, hey man, that girl you're always hanging around with, you think you guys are ever gonna get together? And I said, oh, actually, that's my girlfriend. And we've been dating for 8 years. And the reason you don't know that is we're not affectionate with each other at all. And the reason for that is at the end of the day, what we are is best friends. And I think we both have this romantic notion that it would be wonderful to marry your best friend, and I bet it would be wonderful, but you don't have to marry your best friend. And we're not going to marry each other. And I think we're both just a little too scared and a little too sad to admit that and move on. And then I paused and I looked at him and said, well, I can't unsay that. So I went back to New York City. I broke up with a girl who I'd been dating for 8 years. I had a roommate I lived with for almost 10 years, just moved out one day, just left. My whole foundation was just gone. It was out the door. I started staying up all night. I started partying all over New York City. I started sleeping with tons of girls. Trust me, I don't get how I pulled it off either. I guess looking like a member of Weezer goes further in New York than any of us knew. And I make jokes about it, I do. I make jokes about it now, but it was kind of a scary time in my life. I was really living in ill-advised fashion, and it got scary. I was having panic attacks. It was really scary at points. So I kept trying to tell myself, like, remember that this is good stuff, ultimately. Like, I'm feeling a lot of positive momentum I haven't felt in a long time. Like, these are good changes. I can't forget that. I need to do something permanent so I never forget that. So, at the age of 32, without thinking about it at all, on a total whim, I wandered into a Brooklyn tattoo parlor and had them tattoo on my right bicep the words, "It takes strength to be gentle and kind." Now that's a song lyric. Does anybody know who wrote that lyric? The Smiths. That's a Morrissey lyric from when he was with the Smiths. For anybody who doesn't remember, Morrissey, the frontman of the Smiths, the British quartet, kind of like fey, sad sack icons. I cannot be getting Morrissey lyrics tattooed on my body at the age of 32. That is not acceptable. I'm not a sad 19-year-old college kid anymore. I can't be getting Morrissey tattoos. And I can feel this whole room saying to themselves, it's a cheesy tattoo, but it's not the worst one I've ever heard of. But what you don't know is I already had the word Morrissey on the same arm. Unacceptable. Unacceptable behavior.